This is the QTV Nightly News and I am Jul Denjai. Thank you for joining us. Here are the main news headlines. The National Preparatory Committee of the Gambia's Diamond Jubilee commemoration convened the second national dialogue on Sunday. And the National Assembly's authority and senior management are meeting in a three-day retreat geared towards building consensus on key policies and issues. A team of medical doctors from the King Salman Humanitarian Aid and Relief Center in Saudi Arabia is currently in the country providing medical care to patients thanks to the support of the Fatoumata Barbaro Foundation. And the day before the Gambia's National Day, the historic Turkish military band META delivered a spectacular concert in the Gambia. As the Gambia prepares to commemorate its independence, we delve into part 2 of the country's vibrant regional tapestry, exploring everything from the lively open centers to the peaceful rural landscapes. These and other stories coming ahead, to stay with us. Thank you very much for staying with us. If you're just tuning in, this is the QTV Nightly News. Now, the National Preparatory Committee of the Gambia's Diamond Jubilee commemoration convened the second national dialogue on Sunday. As Janaba Sonko reports, the consultation brought together government, private sector and stakeholders, civil society to consult on different thematic areas. Let's have more details of that in this report.
National dialogues are popular tools used by nations to bring about discussions and agreements on key national issues. This year's dialogue centered on the national theme, Marching in Solidarity for Self-Reliance and National Development across various sectors, with panel discussions and interactive sessions. The national dialogue follows nationwide regional consultative dialogues, presenting an opportunity for the preparatory committee of the Diamond Jubilee to register views from across the country, including divergent views. Delivering President Adama Barrow's speech is Babukar Boy, the Minister for Public Service, Administrative Reform, Policy Coordination and Delivery.
Dialogue is a democratic principle and a communication value. It is a principle that embodies involvement, participation, consultation and discussions. Dialogue reminds us that democracy is not about the interests of the majority, but about the majority working with or on behalf of the minority in the interests of both parties.
Said Matijao has 15 years of experience in governance and political science in the Gambia and has called on Gambia to embrace the Tacito approach to work for sustainable development. Tacito is a Mandinka word which literally translates as to tie one's waist, ready to work hard.
By Tacito, we mean not only full and enthusiastic participation by the government and the people of this country in national reconstruction, we also mean less dependence on outside resources and the ability of our people. Today, everybody will tell you a nation is not an island. I'm not saying that we shouldn't be connected to the globe, but the basics, we must do it for ourselves.
Technology plays a key role in the development of any country, serving as a tool for change and economic development and reshaping work processes and production methods. Ajifama Job is a woman in STEM and envisions some changes in technology to ensure self-reliance.
And AI-driven weather predictions and smart farming tools can change that. This is something also we can look at how technology can help. And we have seen in Zambia, they have a platform called AgriPredict, which can help farmers to detect crop disease early, thereby increasing their yield outcome. We talk about healthcare and education. Telemedicine is something that is allowing people in even rural areas to access to medical services remotely. There are certain things that you don't even need to walk to the hospital. With telemedicine, we can do it, and it can save a lot of time and energy and cost.
Public-private partnerships continue to play an important role in ensuring investments in the public sector, thereby limiting on public limited resources. The Q Group of companies has been playing this role since its establishment over 15 years ago. At the second national dialogue, the chairman of the Q Group, Mohamed Jah, took the opportunity to share his story on how he has ensured self-reliance and national development through his work.
Look at the many public-private partnerships which are going on today in the agriculture sector, in the road construction sector, in the financial sector. Look at how many banks are there. They are not government banks. Government used to have a development bank and it failed. Today you have 12 private banks. So I, for one, Mohamed Jah, I believe in private sector development, public-private sector development, and that is why we have a lot of collaboration with the government.
The National Preparatory Committee has been criticized for publishing the report for the first national dialogue barely a month ago. It is hoped that the report for this year's dialogue will be published early to ensure follow-ups for implementations or accountability. Reporting for QTV News, I am Jenna Bosongo.
And now, the National Assembly's authority and senior management are meeting for a 3-day retreat geared towards building consensus and convergence on key policies, deliverables and accountability mechanisms. QTV's Aliu Sise reports.
The retreat, which opened today, follows the Parliament senior management retreat held a few weeks ago. Khalifa Emembai, the clerk of the National Assembly, gave assurances of significant improvements to the Assembly's operations, emphasizing efforts to strengthen the institution of the Parliament. He shared the focus of the retreat.
Over these 3 days, our objective is to share such targets and strategic plans with you, the honorable members of the authority, to seek your blessing and approval for the considered reforms and initiatives seeking to improve on the services we deliver, as well as strengthen the institution of Parliament. We would also present before you a comprehensive situation report of the service and facilities, identifying existing gaps, providing our perspective on solutions to mitigate those gaps. We have also developed a comprehensive strategic development plan for the period 2025 to 2029, and as well developed a consolidated management action plan with a clear-cut timelines to achieve our desired objectives.
Clerk Mai promised to explore all means to innovate and modernize Parliament for the information age through the use of technology.
The initiative set out under this objective will position the service to deliver quality support services to members by a skilled, knowledgeable and professional service. Where we can, we will also be maximizing the opportunities available for an upgraded technology platform to ensure that the routine transactional activity is automated, providing members with less paperwork and improving access to information as they require.
Fabakary Tombong Jatta, the Speaker of the National Assembly, says the outcomes of the retreat will enhance Parliament's legislative oversight and representation mandate. He commended the Clerk of the National Assembly, Khalifa Emembai, for his notable achievements since his appointment in December 2024 and gave assurances of his office's full support.
Since his appointment, the seriousness, urgency, and proactiveness of the clerk in addressing matters of the Assembly has been remarkable. It has given me renewed confidence and hope that our crop of young leaders are indeed equal to the task at hand. This retreat, I think, also really manifests a significant departure from the usual business. This retreat is therefore a gateway for in-depth planning and embracing such innovation as we execute our legislative mandate and as the leadership of the legislature.
Jibairu Jane, the National Assembly's Director of Communications, believes a convergence such as this one will provide policy guidelines for the management to effectively deliver on their terms of reference. Reporting for QTV News, I am Aliu Sise.
Now, a team of medical doctors from the King Salman Humanitarian Aid and Relief Center, KS Relief, in Saudi Arabia are currently in the country, courtesy of the Fatoumata Barbaro Foundation. Lolly M. Kamara visited them at the Edward Francis Small Teaching Hospital, where they are seeing patients and filed this report.
These volunteers will be in the country from the 16th of February to the 22nd of February. The Saudi Medical Volunteer Project in the Gambia is an initiative that sends trained medical professionals from Saudi Arabia to provide free medical care to underserved communities in the Gambia through the Fatoumata Barbaro Foundation. Dr. Mustafa Bite, the Chief Medical Director at the Edward Francis Moore Teaching Hospital, the nation's main referral hospital, welcomed the team of doctors and cited the need for and importance of the intervention.
Normally, maybe we don't expect the volume of cases to be big, but usually the complexity of the cases. Sometimes the cases that we bring for them, they are very difficult, and they take long hours. If I'm doing the case, maybe I can do many cases within that time. So we keep those cases so that we can share ideas. We can learn from them.
Dr. Rinad Al-Mahadali of KS Relief, on behalf of the team, thank the hospital management and FAB for their support and coordination of this visit. The King Salman Humanitarian Aid and Relief Center, KS Relief, is a humanitarian organization based in Saudi Arabia that provides aid and relief to people in need around the world. Professor Abdul Wahab Al-Jubab, a pediatric surgeon consultant and chairman of the Riyadh Pediatric Surgeons Club, explained some of the conditions he and his team will be treating.
We are 3 teams. One is gynecology, one is the vascular surgeon, and we are pediatric surgeons. We work in pediatric urology and pediatric general surgery. We saw our patient, they were prepared for us, and we check them, we make sure that they have the right diagnosis, and then we submit them to our surgery. Today we did a case of 2.5 years old, but we could do much younger patients. No complication, basic procedure went very easily, no problems, and even post-operatively. The patient has no pain, and hopefully he will recover within 4 to 6 hours.
Here is the First Lady, Fatoumata Barbaro, speaking shortly after visiting the operating theatre.
After witnessing that procedure, I appreciate Allah very much because, alhamdulillah, I'm healthy, and I want Gambians, let's be very committed to our lives. We thank God for everything, and I believe in one thing, prevention is better than cure. When you prevent, it's not that you shouldn't visit a hospital. Visit the hospital when you are not sick, so you will know your problems. At the end of the day, what we see nowadays, people wait until they are completely sick before going to the hospital, and it's always expensive to cure. It doesn't cost you anything to prevent the sickness.
Established in 2015 by King Salman bin Abdul Aziz Al Saud, the organization focuses on providing aid in health, education, food, shelter, and sanitation, and has helped millions of people in various countries across Asia, Africa, and the Middle East. Both partners in this initiative believe this project will strengthen the relationship between Saudi Arabia and the Gambia and continue to provide much-needed medical services to those who cannot afford them. For QTV News, Lolly M. Kamara.
The report there will take us to a short commercial break. When we return, we have more local stories for you. Do stay with us.
fii mooy fan fii mooy Inessa di place bi nga xam ne moom la ñëpp taam place bi bépp xeetu ataaya bu baax rek bu dugg see ci dëkk bi xamal ne fii rek la am bara wërga bii neex na lool saf na ba pare tamit nag am gu bu neex boo ko naanee rek da ngay kontaan ci saasi añ ba suur ba gëreesal li nga lekk jëndal baara ataaya bii ndax moom la ñëpp taam gis nga sama client bii ataaya bu neex bu ne moom laa koy njëkk a jox ndax moom kat ataaya bu neex rek lay wër baara wërga bii mooy wërga bi gën te moo gën a saf kon nag ràññee leen ko bu baax kon daw leen gaaw ca Banjul foofu ca Inessa di place bi nga xam ni foofu rek nga ko mën a amee wholesale wala retail mu ngi foofu ci boori court house bi foofu ca Banjul wala nga daw ci bépp marché bépp supermarket bépp boutique fépp foo dugg rek di nga mën a am baara warga bii nga xam ne moom la ñëpp di wër tey baara warga moo dàq ci warga yi man maa ngi ci moom ndax su ma maree ataaya moom rek lay naan.
Supersonics Islamic Insurance ñooy jël benn digital insurance provider ci Gambia bu ànd ak Sharia ñoo leen isil wécceeku technologie yu xarañ ànd ak dal ba seen bunti kër yi amal nañ leen bépp façon ngi insurance service boo soxla pour ngeen mun a am xel bu dal ak kaaraange saa yoo leen ko soxlee su fekkee yaa ngi kër ci yoon wala ci business ak Supersonic Islamic Insurance Limited ñëwal nga bokk ci suñ bànneexi liggéey nga xam fu ñu feetoo oo ñu ci +220 5132 319 5132 318 wala 5132 315 wala nga email ñu info@supersonicsinsurance.com wala book nga seetuñu suñ website bi www.supersonicsinsurance.com wala nga seet si ñu Beka Plaza 56 Liberation Avenue Banjul.
Welcome back, and this is QTV News. Now to the rest of our stories. The day before the Gambia's National Day, the historic Turkish military band META delivered a spectacular concert in the country. The event was organized by the Turkish Embassy in the Gambia in collaboration with the Turkish Ministry of Defense. Usman Jatta tells us more.
The META is a traditional Turkish military band whose roots date back to the times of Osman Gazi, the founder of the Ottoman Empire. Known for its powerful and distinctive sound, the META, a symbol of Turkish independence and sovereignty, is considered one of the oldest military bands in the world. The band was originally used to inspire soldiers on the battlefield and boost morale. Today, the powerful melodies of this band is not being played for soldiers on the front line, but to celebrate the Gambia's freedom from colonialism and the strong relationship between Turkey and the Gambia. This marks the META's band's debut performance in the Gambia and West Africa as a whole. The concert symbolizes Turkey's heritage, highlighting a significant moment of cultural and diplomatic solidarity between the two nations. The META band performed a selection of traditional Turkish military music, a key element of Turkey's cultural history for centuries. The performance was a display of military pride and a platform for cultural exchange, showcasing Turkey's commitment to strengthening cultural ties with the Gambia. Turka Oba is the Turkish ambassador to the Gambia.
We deeply cherish the independence ceremony and we congratulate the Gambia for this important period. It's also the 60th year of our diplomatic ties. We also recognize the same day the Gambia, so we are looking forward. This is a cultural event to present my country's culture. I see bright things. I'm sure many good things will happen, and of course my country will be here, was here, and will be here also in the future. We are here to support the Gambia.
The songs played by the META resonated with a deep sense of tradition and history, bridging the past with the present. This historical tribute reflects Turkey's continued support for the Gambia and its people, celebrating 60 years of independence while strengthening the diplomatic ties between the two nations. Colonel Lamin K. Sanyang is the public relations officer of the Gambia Armed Forces.
The significance of their coming to perform this year has to do with the relations that the Gambia has with the Republic of Turkey. This relation started way back in the 90s. You may recall in the 90s we had the Gambia National Guard and also the Gendarmerie. And the Turkish Armed Forces played a critical role in the training, building the capacity and logistics of the Gambia National Guard and the Gendarmerie. And also we have several cooperation agreements in the area of defense and security, in education.
While their purpose today has differed from their original role, their music will serve to inspire Gambians to strive, work and pray so that all may live in unity, freedom and peace each day. Osman Chata, reporting for QTV News.
Now, as the Gambia celebrates 60 years of independence, its 7 regions shine with stories of resilience, culture and hope. From vibrant cities to peaceful rural areas, the nation unites in its diversity, honoring both a historic milestone and the heritage that defines its people. Mamna Buka reports.
The river region, the heart of the Gambia, carries the stories of our river, a source of life, commerce and history. Janjanbureh, the region's capital, played a pivotal role in the nation's colonial and post-independence eras. The Central River region is home to the River Gambia National Park and Janjanbureh, home to one of the most vibrant annual festival, the Kankurang Festival. The Central River region reminds us that the Gambia's river is not just a body of water, it is the lifeblood of our heritage. Located in the far east of the country, the Upper River region is where the sun rises first over the Gambia. Rich in history and traditions, this region embodies the spirit of resilience and progress. Basse Santasu in the Upper River region is a major town with a bustling market known for locally produced pottery and fresh produce. It is also recognized temperature-wise as the hottest region of the Gambia. In the Upper River region, every sunrise brings new hope for the Gambia's future. The Lower River region, located at the center of the Gambia's river system, has always been a vital link between regions. Its agricultural abundance and historical significance make it a cornerstone of national identity. Landmarks include Kiang West National Park, a significant wildlife area with mangrove creeks and tidal flats, Tendabar Camp, a bird-watching hotspot within the park, Soma, a major town on the Gambia River, the Senegambia Bridge, connecting Farafenye and Soma, and the Bolongs, small creeks which crisscross the region, particularly within the Kiang West National Park. The Lower River region reminds us that bridges, both literal and metaphorical, are what binds us as a nation. Here is Hasum Sise, hopeful for the future of the Gambia.
I foresee a democratic, a prosperous, and peaceful Gambia. A Gambia that will continue to be home to nationals from across the world because of our tolerance. A Gambia that will continue to espouse religious cohesiveness, ethnic harmony, and unity in diversity.
As the sun rises over the Atlantic, illuminating the lush mangroves and golden sands, Gambians reflect on their journey, a journey shaped by the unique identities of each region where tradition meets modernity, and where the spirit of independence fuels a collective aspiration for a brighter future. Mamna Buka, reporting for QTV News.
Today, the 19th Executive Council of the University of the Gambia Science Students Association held an alumni and career day event which explored science for development to link knowledge and career growth for future innovators. Mamna Buka again.
The event, the first of its kind in the association's history, aims to acknowledge the exceptional talents produced by the association and connect current science students with successful alumni, who will provide valuable insights into how scientific knowledge can translate into impactful careers. The gathering brought together distinguished members of the Science Students Association, students, and established alumni who shared their experiences and expertise. They stressed the significance of applying scientific principles to real-world challenges and highlighted how innovation in science can drive development in various sectors. The discussions ranged from advancement in technology, healthcare, to environmental sustainability, showcasing the vast opportunities available for science graduates. Here is Kadikoli, the president of the UTG Science Students Association.
Your role as motivators for current students have been crucial in guiding and inspiring next generations, ensuring that your legacy of excellence continues. As you look back on your journeys, please look ahead to the future. Your alumni network is a powerful asset. Connecting to the current students, sharing your experience helps guide the next generation of leaders.
Attendees participated in an interactive panel discussion where alumni shared their career journeys and the key role their University of the Gambia education played in their success, fostering community and mentorship. This is Dauda Job, a PhD student at the London School of Hygiene and Tropical Medicine, and Fatou Chambojang, the Director of Treasury Markets at Standard Chartered Bank.
We need to establish innovation hubs where students can develop prototypes and startups that would solve problems. Talking of this actually reminds me of a colleague of mine that I was with in the University of Gambia. He ended up bringing up some prototypes of how to filter water using a biosand and a biogas project. Today he started an entrepreneurship, actually having impact on young kids. So therefore, your ideas might look a bit Of course, it might look a bit impossible, but when you push on, there's always a possibility.
Societies have really moved, and these are things that would really help us develop as a nation. So definitely, as a science club, I think also I would encourage you guys to maybe go to the high schools, because that's where the entry starts. People in the grade 12 and the Form 5, so encourage them that it's good to take up science, and especially physics and mathematics and the chemistries to help us develop this country.
The Alumni Career Day event was made possible by generous sponsors including Q Group, dedicated to supporting educational initiatives and career development for young professionals. Their involvement highlighted the importance of collaboration between academia and industry in fostering future innovators. Awanjai, the representative of QCell's HR team, gave the students advice on how to advance their careers.
Career growth is a journey, not a race. So take your time, learn from every experience, and keep looking for ways to improve. Remember that true growth happens when you embrace change, you stay positive, and also keep working towards the best version of yourself.
The University of the Gambia Science Students Association is dedicated to bridging the gap between education and professional opportunities, preparing students to contribute to national and global development. Mamna Buka, reporting for QTV News.
That report there brings us to the end of this news bulletin, but before we go, here is a recap of the headlines. The National Preparatory Committee of the Gambia's Diamond Jubilee commemoration convened the second national dialogue on Sunday. And the National Assembly's authority and senior management are meeting for a 3-day retreat geared towards building consensus on key policies and issues. A team of medical doctors from King Salman Humanitarian Aid and Relief Center in Saudi Arabia is currently in the country providing medical care to patients thanks to the support of the Fatoumata Barbaro Foundation. The day before the Gambia's National Day, the historic Turkish military band META delivered a spectacular concert in the Gambia. As the Gambia prepares to commemorate its independence, we delve into part 2 of the country's vibrant regional tapestry, exploring everything from the lively urban centers to the peaceful rural landscapes. That is all we have for you in this edition of the Bulletin. Do join us again at 10 p.m. for another news bulletin. Thank you for watching.